Yo, what's up guys? Kiko Suarez here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Thank you for stopping by this wonderful football video that we're going to be talking about the UCL, the Champions League draw that just happened 2 days ago by the time or 3 days ago by the time you see this, since I just got the time to sit down and actually talk about it. Of course, before we start, I want to remind you to drop a like, subscribe if you're new here, and also leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think about the draw. I keep looking at the side because that's where I have most of the information. Also, TikTok down below. Your boy be popping down there. Let's go from left to right all the way to the bottom. I'm probably going to put the picture that I'm looking at here. That way you guys can see it. But let's start with the Red Bull Salzburg versus Bayern. I think that one is as much as a lock as you can think. Bayern's gonna go through. I feel like they're one of, if not the favorite to win the tournament this year. So I wouldn't see how you don't think they're gonna beat Salzburg. Salzburg could give the surprise in the sense that they could steal the first game at home, like maybe a 1-0 or a tie. But at most, I feel like Bayern is gonna average 3 goals a game. I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna put the spread on negative on both games for Bayern to win. And oh, by the way, I'm gonna let you know I'm gonna be betting on every single game, and I'm probably gonna do a parlay if I can of the teams that are gonna go through. So not financial advice. I don't think betting is a financial advice whatsoever. But those are gonna be my picks, so you can tag along and see if you want to take those bets or not. I feel with the form that Gnabry, Lewandowski, Mueller, and everyone else in Kimmich, that whole team is just too much for Salzburg. I feel bad for them because they have a fantastic team, and they have a young player. I forget what his name is. He's a Hungarian guy. He's super young. He's so good, but they're not going to be able to do anything. Moving on, next to Sporting versus Manchester City. It's the same idea. You're talking about top 3 team in Manchester City to win the tournament versus Sporting, who could be could give their surprise. But I feel like overall same idea with they don't even have a striker, and Manchester City is averaging, I believe, like 3 goals a game or something stupid like that at the moment. The only thing that I could see is Pep Guardiola overthinking the games, and maybe they tie the game at Portugal. But I feel at England, at Manchester, they're just gonna be too much for Sporting. It's just a matter of like the better team and the better players. Like, even though Sporting is a fantastic team, like they've been doing great in Portugal, and right now I forget what they finished. Were they second place? I forgot what they finished on their group. But it's pretty crazy that you could win your group and face Manchester City or the other way around. Like I said, I forget which one they finished. I cannot remember their group at the moment. Next off, arguably the most even game in the whole round of 16, Ajax versus Benfica. Benfica is playing fantastic. They almost sent Barcelona directly to Europa League, but sadly we didn't get that moment, and Bayern had to finish that message. But I feel here we're talking about Ajax, arguably the darkest horse of the whole tournament. They have Haller in arguably the best form I ever seen a player be, besides that Ronaldo in 2017 or whenever he broke that group stage record of 10 goals in a single group stage. That's insane. That him alone, I feel like it's gonna give the edge to Ajax, and in their case, how close is it gonna be? Because remember, this year the away goal rule is no longer a thing, so you could tie at home and win 1-0 away or 1-1 away, and it doesn't make a difference. So I'm gonna go Ajax in this. Should be Ajax. Like Benfica could do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ajax. I don't see a world that Ajax in a 2-leg situation they don't win. It would be weird if they didn't. Chelsea, Lille. This is Chelsea bread and butter. They're gonna go through so easily. Not because Lille is a bad team. And maybe we're talking about these games don't happen until March, February. So they might as well pick up form by then and figure it out. But right now they're playing really bad. They're struggling in Ligue 1, and their striker I forget what his name is, the Canadian guy, Davis, or David. He's really good, and he's the only player that's keeping them up to come in a competitive level. But besides that, Chelsea's gonna be too much, and by that point, I feel Lukaku's gonna be fully back in form. Their whole team is gonna be like cohesive. Right now, they've been struggling on the Tuchel, but at the same time, you're talking about Liverpool, Manchester City, and Chelsea. They're all competing for the first place in the Prem. So also, to keep in mind is Chelsea, Manchester City, and Liverpool. They're so, and this is something the English team do a lot. They focus so much on the league that they forget that the Champions League, in my opinion, is more valuable than any other competition. So they focus too much on the league, and if they put their eggs in one basket and they're not careful, their players get super tired, and the rotation kind of left them weak. So that doesn't apply for this round, though. I feel like Chelsea's gonna walk through. Little more than likely, it's gonna be like a 3-1, 4-1 overall. But I will take Chelsea on both legs if I'm being completely honest. Next one, Atletico Madrid versus Manchester United. Cristiano back at Madrid, back at the Colchoneros, the team that he basically owns. Every time they face each other, Cristiano just gives them nightmares. That happened with Real Madrid, that happened with Juventus, and could possibly happen with Manchester United. I'm not gonna lie. If I was to be picking the results, right, I will be picking a tie at home for Atletico Madrid and a win away for United at or not away, a win at home for United, like a 1-0, or even then, like, fuck it, you could throw another Ronaldo hat trick. It could might as well happen just because he loves scoring against Oblak. So you could arguably go both ways. Diego Simeone is such a good manager, but we're talking about is no longer Oli at the wheel. Is Ragnick, and he started playing the 4 games that I think he's played so far, or 3 games. It's just you can see United's gonna pick up, and they're finally gonna be playing like a cohesive unit, and he's finally gonna put players where they're supposed to be. Sancho's looking like a madness. So I will give the edge to United on that one. I would say, depending whoever the first leg is, if the first leg is at Madrid or at United, Manchester, I would say just bet for the tie at Atletico, and then at United, I would say that would be when I put my eggs in one basket and go for United. Next round, and this one I'm gonna go bold. I think Villarreal is gonna beat Juventus. And that might come in the sense of, like, I don't like Juventus whatsoever, and more, or not that I don't like Juventus, I don't like Juventus fans, because they really did not understand, and they proved it last year that they didn't know anything about football. And if you're a Juve fan on this boat, I fully mean that disrespectfully. You guys did not know what football was, and did not know how important Ronaldo was for your team. Just because it has proven Ronaldo still scores goals no matter what the system. Meanwhile, you guys are struggling to score goals, and you guys are 7th in the league or whatever, and Ronaldo's still doing their thing. So you guys were a mid-table team that got dragged to the Champions League by Ronaldo. Meanwhile, now he was suffering the same thing with United, mid-table manager, and finally got replaced by a good manager. And look, now they're performing. They're going to be back at 4th place. Just makes sense. So if you were part of that boat, I really hope you guys don't get success in any time in the future. If you weren't part of that boat, you're one of the few Juventus fans that I like. But overall, I feel Villarreal. And this one, like I said, this one's bold. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, so be it. I'm gonna bet the spread on positive for Villarreal in both games. But I feel Villarreal could give the surprise. It's gonna be a back and forth game. I feel like this one, might be the second most even game in the whole draw between the Benfica, Ajax, and Villarreal, Juventus. And with Santi Cazorla is no longer Villarreal, so I don't know why I'm thinking about him. But Parejo, the team with what's his name, Unai Emery. Yeah, Villarreal is gonna beat it. It's just I don't see how Juventus can win unless they randomly sign some good players and they find some miraculous, or however you say the word, run of form in Serie A that makes them feel like, oh, we're back to be the Juventus that we used to be. I don't see a way that they can do it. Like, I don't see a way that they can do it in a statement win. They could win by like one goal, like a 3-2 or 4-3, or like in penalties. But I don't think they're gonna be going through as in like, hey, like this Juventus is the real deal. I feel like it's gonna be like two Europa League teams that just happen to compete in the next round in the Champions League. That's really how I feel about that fix. Let me know what you guys think. Next round, Inter Milan versus Liverpool. Yeah. If you didn't know, I support Inter in Italy, and I love the fact that they're for second or first place right now. I think they're second place because I think Milan took over first place. But I love what they're doing. Since we lost Lukaku, Lautaro Martinez has been playing in a very good form, and they're playing really good. And Barella, don't even make me start about him. I'm pretty sure Madrid is going to sign him in the future. A big team is going to sign him in the future. But Liverpool is going to be too much. Like that, Mo Salah, if he is playing at the rate that he's playing right now, then I don't see a way that Inter can hold them back. So this could easily end up being like a 5-2, 4-2 overall score. And Liverpool just winning comfortably both games, and Inter just happens to score in both legs, but like they just get overpowered by by their attack, and the fact that Van Dijk probably will be at full steam at that point. I don't see how Inter's gonna be able to beat them. I would realistically, at Liverpool, I'm betting -2 on Liverpool or something like that. Like they're probably just gonna massacre Inter at Liverpool, and then at Inter at Milan, I would say probably a tie. That's what makes more sense to me. But there you go. I would say Liverpool goes through. I don't think anyone would disagree with this. Now this one, of course, I leave the final game, the chunk of this video that you probably guys are more interested about. Paris Saint-Germain versus Real Madrid. There's a high possibility, very high possibility, by the time that game happens, everyone knows Mbappe will go to Madrid. He could easily be a Real Madrid player at that point, as in the books, as in like he already signed his contract for next season. So it will be kind of weird. Would he play at his full? Would he trying to like say goodbye to Paris Saint-Germain in a nice way? It really depends. It really depends also that how well is Messi fitting, because at the moment, for some weird reason, Messi in Ligue 1, he's a shadow of himself, and he's a shell of himself. The only good game that Messi has had so far was against Saint Etienne, who is last place. And he got the 3 assists. Ever since, that's pretty much it. He has the 1 goal and the 3 assists in the league, and then the fantastic goal against Manchester City and the 2 goals in the Champions League. So overall, every time that he plays in the Champions League, he's playing way better than he does in the Ligue 1. So that's really things that we gotta think about. And also, I don't know if Neymar will be back by then, because of course he got that awful injury in the time, and of course maybe Ramos is playing at that point, which he came out with in an interview saying that he loves Madrid and everything, but he plays for Paris Saint-Germain now, and that even though with his history with us, he will die for the shirt, which is a professional thing. I don't expect Ramos to say any different or perform any difference if it wasn't because he played for us 18 years. I know how the man is, and he will play at it 100. The funny thing is gonna seeing him tackle one of our players, and then Casemiro just try to rip his head off. But that's gonna be so fun. But if, and this is a big if, because we're about to hit the winter break, and whenever Real Madrid hits the winter break, we just forget how to play football. If we're continuing the form that we have right now, and Carleto is able to do a good rotation, right? A good rotation, and we find out exactly how to keep Modric at 100%, Kroos at 100%, Casemiro healthy, Benzema healthy, Vinicius at the form that he is, and just make sure that both our center backs, Militao and Alaba, are good, and then Mendy to be 100% available, and Carvajal to just run at 85%, because you guys know I'm a big fan of Carvajal. As long as he's 85% or higher, he will be set. But right now, we've seen that Carvajal at 60% is not that good. I will give the edge to us as long as those things happen. If both things happen, if both Messi and Mbappe, and Messi's in form, Mbappe is going crazy, and the midfield is there, and the defense is there, and we are like the team that we are right now, I could see going to penalties, no lie, or I could see it go to like a 1-goal difference in overtime. Like I wouldn't be able to tell you what it will be. If this PSG right now was to play Real Madrid right now, we will win 9 times out of 10 times. Just because of the form, the players. That's not me saying the PSG is a bad team. It's just saying that right now this Madrid team is it's playing way better than what the PSG team is playing. But if both those teams were to happen, I really don't know who takes it. I'm gonna bank on us every single time, every single day. I'm realistic. If both situations are going on right there, I wouldn't know where to bet. So that one, I'm gonna say Real Madrid. In the very situation that maybe we go to penalties, which is a toss of the luck, or we win by 1 goal or like 2-1. I could see this fixture either go, we forget how to defend, or both teams forget how to defend and see who can score more, or being a very needy, greedy situation that like it really will come down to a moment of brilliance of like Mbappe, Messi, or Vinicius and Benzema. So it really all comes down to those situations. I'm gonna bank on us. We'll put money on Real Madrid, so you know that I actually put my money where my mouth is. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know who you think will win this next round and who you think it's gonna go through. And yeah, have an amazing day. Enjoy football, and I'll see you next time. Peace.